Dave says, live like no one else now, so later you can live and give like no one else. And that's a wonderful sentiment. But you don't have to wait to give like no one else. You can give up your time, you can give up your energy, you can give up your heart. Think about it. There are good opportunities out there to volunteer, and you should take advantage of them. Lori and I just spent like 40 minutes signing up for her to do therapy dog work again here in Mena. And we did that back in Columbus, Mississippi. And we really enjoyed that, but in Hammond there was just no time. So it was a daily and my hours were just crazy. And so, but they tested so much. Like there are these 2 huge packets I have to read through and be tested on, and they're doing a background check, and they had to drug test me, and they're going to TB test me, and I think they said next week they're going to fingerprint me, which is good, I guess. I guess that means that they're really careful, but I don't mind. Rory and I really enjoy going to nursing homes and seeing old people and hanging out with them, and she loves it. She says, I love it. And she liked visiting the people here at the hospice center too. And I mean, we don't have a yard she can hang out in all day because it's not fenced. And so she's at home all day. And sometimes when I get home, all I want to do is sleep. And so this will be good for both of us to do as kind of a activity. So I'm excited. I don't know why I felt like you guys needed to know. Except that it's free. It's a free thing that I do to that I really enjoy, and I get to spend time with my dog, and you know, you're giving back to the community a little bit, and the old people, they love it because they aren't allowed to have dogs in nursing homes most of the time, and it's just a little bit of human interaction, because who doesn't love playing with dogs? Especially Rory. What'd you think? So yeah, the hobbies can be free and wonderful and beneficial to the community, and I'm rambling. Bye. I decided I could explain this better, and this is something that probably needs to be explained about me. About 2.5 years ago, I lost my job in Columbus, Mississippi. I was working for a little tabloid crime paper, and I got laid off. And it was bad. I'd been laid off before, but this was like my first big job layoff, and you know, I hadn't done anything. It was just they were restructuring the paper. They found someone that could do my job cheaper than me, and I had to deal with it. And I had no savings at that point. Well, I think I had like $2,000 in the bank by some miracle, and I hadn't started the Dave plan yet, or I had, but it wasn't like successfully. I wasn't doing it right. I was just, you know, stuffing a couple of 20s when I cashed my paycheck in the freezer, literally, and that's what I thought was saving. When I did budget, I wasn't following it. I would put it down on paper and then ignore it. And so I went into, I think, what a lot of people go through if they lose a job or are in an insecure job situation. You blame yourself. You feel the suck. And you have to figure out a way to deal with that. And for like 5 months, I couldn't find work. And then I found a new job. I moved to Hammond. I recommitted myself to getting out of debt, and I've paid off $7,000 since then. or $7,000 this year. I've paid off more than that. I've paid from $31,500 down to now $21,000. I made a much better change for my life. But during that time where I was job seeking, I wasn't getting an income other than unemployment, which is not much, and I had to find some way to fill my time during the days. So I started training Rory as a therapy dog, and I loved it, and it gave me something productive to do that didn't cost me anything, and I was helping people, and that really helped me keep that depression away, because you know, it's never a good thing to be out of a job. You don't feel good about yourself. I was single. I'm still single, but I needed a way to keep myself occupied and keep myself moving forward. And so I started training Rory as a therapy dog. Originally, I thought they tell you that you should start at hospices, the old people, and then work to kids. And Rory doesn't like kids, as we found out, but she loved working with the old people, and I found out that I loved working with the old people. And so we started doing that. And I'd go 4 or 5 days a week to 2 different nursing homes, and we'd make our rounds, and we made friends with the patients. And I mean, they didn't even care who I was. They loved Rory. And we'd do little trick shows for them. and we had a lot of fun. And it was a way to keep me up and moving forward. And after that, I'd always feel invigorated to go home and apply for jobs and work really hard, because I knew that I was going to find a job. I knew I was going to find a job eventually. I knew this wasn't like a permanent thing for me, but at the same time, I was very disappointed in myself. So that hobby that we started of doing therapy dog work was definitely something that kind of saved me in that situation. It kept me upbeat. It kept me moving forward. And so I wasn't able to do it in Hammond. We tried. We went to one nursing home, and unfortunately the patients just weren't really cognizant that we were there. They didn't really care. Most of them had kind of lost their mental acuity, and so we didn't really keep going. And my schedule got to the point where I was so busy that I wasn't really willing to give up every other Saturday morning to go to a place that it didn't really matter whether I was there or not. So we didn't do it in Hammond for the last 2 years. But now that I'm in Mena and my schedule is a little better, I'm an editor and it's a weekly paper, so I can kind of make my own hours on certain days. I'm very excited to start doing this again, because one, it'll get Rory out of the house. We don't have a yard. I have a yard in my apartment, the house, but it's not fenced in, so she can't just run around all day. She's stuck in the house. I get to go out there and meet people and connect with people, and it gives her exercise, it gives me exercise, and we get to give back a little, which I think is important. I think it's important in all cases, but especially if you have the time, if you have the energy. I can't imagine living in a nursing home, no matter how good it is, and not really ever seeing anybody that I love. And I know there are a lot of people in these nursing homes that don't have family anywhere nearby. They don't visit. There's nothing to say against them. It's just they're lonely. And if I could play with a dog for 15 minutes every week, that would probably make me a lot happier. So that's why we're doing this, and that's why I'm encouraging you guys to find a little bit of time, if you can at all, to give back to the community, to help somebody. Because what is the point of getting out of debt and amassing all this wealth if you can't help people? And you don't have to have a lot of wealth to help people. It's something you can do right now in debt. It's something you can do if you're completely broke. You can find a way. So that is one of the things I do. And I don't need any accolades. I really enjoy doing this. I definitely think it gives more to me than it does to everybody else. But I wanted to just take a second to say, don't wait until you have money to help people. To at least try. So, alright, I'll see you guys later. Love you. Bye.